this talk of refugees, one issue that's not going away at all is that of our healthcare system, our failing healthcare system, especially in the public sector. It is in crisis. There is no other way to describe this. Overcrowded hospitals, overworked healthcare workers and unemployed doctors, despite us being told that there are positions for them. On the doctor's perspective, here is the situation we are looking at. Over 1,800 qualified doctors currently unemployed. They've done the studies. There's nowhere for them to go until a new platform has emerged. The platform is aiming to change that. And I couldn't wait to hear from Craig Comrie, who is the CEO of Profmed. And Craig, wonderful to have you on the Lunchtime Update. I want to, for all our viewers watching, hoping to speak to you earlier in the week, but we were busy with the SONA reply and the SONA debate. So, Craig, I'm very grateful you could make time for me today. This is an incredible platform that's being created. How do you know it's going to work? Tell me more.
Well, I think we've seen the needs, and the needs come from both directions. On the one side, we have, over the last few years, heard about, I think last year was 800 unemployed young doctors exiting the community service. This year it's 1,800, and so we know the number is growing over time, and we have to do something about it. And as Profmed, we actually started off as a group of doctors that put together the medical scheme in an effort to take care of themselves and their families. And so we felt that it was really important for us to get involved and put together what effectively, I guess, on a Valentine's Day would be a matching service, something that matches those young community doctors that have just exited and are looking for work, and match them with practices, facilities, and those who are looking for doctors to actually fill gaps and the immediate needs they might have. And so it's a matter of getting the young doctors registered on the platform, which is quite easy. It's Profmed.doctor, and on there's a link to register, but also to encourage those practices who often the doctors sit there and work the whole year through, and they often need a break, but then to get on the platform and register and find one of these young doctors to employ on a locum basis. And so we hope in that way we can bring the two needs together, and maybe it leads to longer relationships.
I don't want to say this is basically Dr. Tinder on Valentine's Day, but it sounds like you're describing Tinder for doctors, Craig, which is actually a great idea. It's Valentine's Day. You're matching people that have similar interest, and there's a gap in the market here. So findr, also profmed.co.za. So if a doctor wants to be a part of this, how do they choose where they want to go? Or are we swiping left and right and hoping somebody likes our profile picture?
Yeah, what we'll do is we're asking the young doctor to actually provide all the relevant information that we can put into a database. In fact, the platform has been going for just over 5 days. We have more than 500 young doctors that have already registered. And so what we are trying to encourage is that those facilities and older practices come on board as well. And it is a matter of looking through the available young doctors, whether it be geographic location, or perhaps those young doctors have specific interests in line with the practice needs. And so to bring them on the short term would help them send the message that we urgently need them. We actually, after 7 or 9 years of studying after school, you can understand it's terrible to think that you exit community service and it feels as if South Africa doesn't value you anymore. And so it's a matter of making sure those doctors are needed. If I reflect on just the World Health Organization statistics, they suggest and recommend that the right doctor to population ratio is 2.5 for every 1,000 population. We in South Africa have 0.33, which means we're actually missing 100,000 doctors. And of the doctors we're producing, we are struggling to fund them and keep them busy in South Africa.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it, Craig, as well? Because then we start seeing those qualified doctors leaving the country, and then we sit here with organizations like you, Profmed, having to come up with solutions as well. Success rate, talk to me about that. I know it's a new program that's come in. Success rate so far?
Yeah, we've had, I think we've had just over 20 people placed so far. But the more people are aware of it and the more the practices are aware of it, we believe that success rate would escalate. And we're looking forward to sharing some of those testimonials in terms of placed doctors.
Yeah, and we really hope that you'll come back to us and talk to us about those testimonials and those placements. I want to make sure anyone watching now, because I've interviewed doctors without jobs, as you explained so eloquently, Craig, that there's doctors that have gone through all their years of study, community service, and now essentially they feel abandoned, is what I get told sometimes as well. I want to make sure everyone knows where to go to find this info. So before I say goodbye to you, where am I sending our viewers this afternoon? Give me all the deets, as the kids say these days.
Yeah, the right place to go is profmed.doctor, and you'll find the links just to register right there on the page that you land on. So yeah, we encourage, if you know a young doctor, get them to sign in, even if they're still ending their community service here. It's a great place just to start making sure you have a profile out there, so that others can see you and make sure that you remain here in South Africa and contribute to the success of our healthcare here in South Africa.
You see, success just takes one organisation, one person, one group to come up with a solution. It looks like you've done that. Profmed, thank you very, very much. Indeed, there's CEO Craig Comrie joining us. So profmed.co.za. I went and did a quick Google while Craig was talking to me. Yep, there it is on the homepage. It's simple. If I can find it, and believe me, I'm not intelligent, but if I can find it, I guarantee you any doctor will be able to do it. Profmed.co.za. Also, just go look for findr. F-I-N.doctor, so F-I-N-D-R, and you can go and get some details there. As Craig was saying, the CEO, if you know of someone, if you are that someone, it looks like there might be a solution in the making. As we head up to now, what is 2:45 on your lunchtime update. Coming up for you in a second, a lot of talk around Donald Trump because he has officially signed an executive order imposing reciprocal tariffs on trading partners, which of course is now escalating tensions in global trade relations.